Hey everyone, it's Simone Watson, and today I'm going to talk about 7 books coming out today that I am excited for. So, first we have Of Jenny and the Aliens by Ryan Gebhardt. This is about a teen named Derek who really likes this girl named Jenny. I guess they've like hit it off at a party or something, and then at the same time, an alien is crash landed on Earth, and so Derek seeks relationship advice from the alien. So to me, this sounds like just weird enough to work. So I'm pretty excited to read it. Then we have The Dying Game by Asa Adovich. You may remember that I've talked about this book before. I have a digital ARC of it. That's why I've talked about it, because I started reading it and I haven't finished it yet. I was hoping to finish it by today and review it, but not quite. But I do plan to finish and review it pretty soon. So this is about a woman. It's an adult science fiction, I'm pretty sure. Possibly another genre too. But it's about a woman in the future who works for this company. I guess they have secret agents or something like that. It's a little vague, like what the company does. But they need to hire a new agent for a special project, and they want to hire the best and brightest. So they tell her she's going to pretend to be a candidate for the job, and she and these other real candidates are going to go to an isolated island, and then the main character has to pretend to be murdered, and she has to watch and evaluate the real candidate's reaction to her death, and based on that, someone is going to get hired based on, I guess, who handles the crisis the best or something like that. So it's just a really, really interesting concept. I got this digital ARC from First to Read, and so as soon as I read that description, I was like, oh, I want that. So there we go. Next, we have Kissing Max Holden by Katie Upperman. This one is about a girl who is best friends with this guy, and one day, I guess he's really sad, so he comes into her bedroom through the window, and she kisses him. And then, like, I guess he already has a girlfriend. I'm not fully certain what happens next. Maybe they begin a secret thing or something. I'm not fully certain. I'm a tiny bit cautious about this one simply because it involves cheating, and it's a little bit hard for me to kind of get into books where the protagonist cheats just because I get really mad. But I did read The Boyfriend List by E. Lockhart, and that was about a girl who had kissed her best friend's boyfriend, and it was like a really good. I was able to sympathize with that main character, so I am hopeful for this. Yeah, that was a good book, The Boyfriend List. Maybe I should check that out. Anyway, next we have These Things I've Done by Rebecca Phillips. This is another one that I was wary of at some point. It's about a girl who feels responsible for, or like is somewhat responsible, I don't know how responsible, for the death of her best friend. And so a year after her best friend dies, she starts to, I guess, fall for the best friend's brother. I was wary about this at first when I heard of it, because it, like, at first I was like not even wary. I was just like, I don't want to read that at all. Because it deals with the topic of sibling death. Um and to get like really like serious for a second, I did have a brother who passed away. I barely remember. Um so it's like, it's not a topic that exactly triggers me, because I was very young at the time, and my brother at the time was born and passed away on the same day. So I wasn't actually there. It's a very different kind of situation from anything that's like in this book. But I do get cautious, I think, about that topic, and not wanting it to be handled in a way that's, you know, un you know what I'm saying, like, to be handled too casually, if that makes sense. Um and so then when I heard that it was like also, like, when I realized it was also a romance, that made me like wary, because I didn't want the like sibling death to be just like a vehicle for the romance. However, what changed my mind, ironically, is reading the book In Honor by Jessie Kirby, which is about a girl grieving her brother's death. and there is kind of a romantic subplot in that book. And I really liked the way Jessie Kirby was able to have the romance element there, but like also to really talk about the topic of grief. And like the girl in that case was on a journey with her brother, her brother's best friend, like a road trip. And it was good because it was like kind of because her brother had died so recently, it was like she had to like learn to like enjoy life again. That sounds really like me, but I mean, really, it was like that may sound cheesy, but anyway, the point is, I now know, okay, that can be done well. There can be sibling death and romance in a book, and have both of them, be given like the proper weight. Specifically, the sibling death can be given the proper weight. So anyway, I am now looking forward to reading this book and seeing how it is handled. Next, ironically, right, we have The Secret History of Us by Jessie Kirby. I'm moving my hands a lot. I don't know why. The Secret History of Us by Jessie Kirby. It's funny because I just mentioned Jessie Kirby. So this one, yeah, I think the author's name is like one main reason I'm excited for it, but it also, I believe, is about a girl who has just woken up from a coma, and can't remember what happened, but like some kind of car accident or something like that. I forgot to write down the description of that book, but yeah, it's something like that. So that should be really interesting. Next we have Blight by Alexandra Duncan. This, I think, is the first in some kind of series, trilogy, duology, something, right? Because on Goodreads it says like something number 1. I can't remember the name of the series. But anyway, Blight by Alexandra Duncan. This one sounds so cool to me. It's about a future world where this fancy like farm, this like science lab farm something, grows genetically engineered food for everyone. But then some people try to break into the lab or farm. I guess it's a lab and a farm. Something like that. Some people try to break into it and accidentally release a blight, which is a sickness for plants. And so it's killing all of the agriculture that is supposed to be feeding everyone. And so the main character, whose name I think is Tempest, tries to go do something about this problem. I'm not exactly sure what she does. Goes to find more food or something. Or she sneaks into the company. Something. But anyway, I'm excited. And last we have When I Am Through With You. When I Am Through With You by Stephanie Kuhn. This one, the description is quite vague. I know it's a YA thriller. I guess someone dies, and it's from the perspective of a character that's in prison. So the description, I guess I'm just going to read it because that didn't really give you that much. It says, Ben Gibson is many things, but he's not sorry, and he's not a liar. He will tell you exactly about what happened on what started as a simple school camping trip to the mountains, about who lived and who died, about who killed and who had the best of intentions. But he's going to tell you in his own time, because after what happened on that mountain, time is the one thing he has plenty of. So, kind of interesting, right? So, those are the 7 novels that I'm looking forward to that are coming out today, August 1st. Thank you so much for watching this, and I'll see you guys soon, because I'm going to do a writing video. Bye.